Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Caitlyn, and we'll be facing off against the 10-star adventure from the Nightmares campaign. It's been a while since I've tried Caitlyn here, so I figured it's been long enough. Let's finally win against the Poro King and Zoe with Caitlyn. I have changed absolutely nothing about my setup because I'm stubborn and I feel like we can win with this. Basically, we just have the X-Tech rifle so that our traps don't just fizzle when they don't hit anything. Harmless Scarecrow helps us get through the opponent's deck, and then Laura Blade Rack helps us make sure that Caitlyn survives on attack by pulling the correct units. It also helps keep control of the opponent's board. Hopefully things will work out that way. Share the bounty, proper offerings, Triferian Might. Triferian Might is such a good power, but unfortunately it only works on the Justice Rider. Feels kind of bad to reroll this, but I don't really have anything that synergizes with these options. Inheritance, Stunning Age, Feral Senses. Okay, that's a bit more interesting. Dawning Age allows us to go for some more expensive cards, and then they'll still be able to synergize with the Armorless Scarecrow. Because once they get set to 3, they can still terrify the opponent's deck. Yeah, let's... I mean, then again, it only works on 2 units. 4 cards total. I could just take the Feral Senses and kind of stack my deck every turn. I guess. I don't really like the Inheritance. I don't feel like it will do much of anything. We don't really have a lot of units dying constantly to benefit from it. Double Agent, Sting Officer. Obviously we keep the Caitlyn. I guess I'll keep the Piltover Peacemaker. It allows us to get rid of one of the opponent's units. Or one more. Nice hits on the traps. Let's see what's in our deck top. Definitely want the advanced intel. Next turn we can do double agent plus the advanced intel. It's fine. Let's do this. Shuffle a couple of flashball traps into the opponent's deck. Hopefully we can ace in the hole next turn to get rid of one of the opponent's larger units. Never mind. The opponent goes for an open attack. That's not really something it does normally. Fortunately we can protect the Caitlyn with this, but I'm still faking 5. That doesn't feel too good. Guess we can do ace in the hole, or I can save it for the next turn. Let's see what's on the top of our deck, or what we're going to put on the top of our deck. We can put another double agent. No, we'll put another Piltover Peacemaker. We get another one at the start of the next turn, so sure. I'll save 1 spell mana. I think the way we win this game is by proccing the ace in the hole as much as possible. And Caitlyn's effect as well, I suppose.
Excellent.
Might help, might not.
Feral Prescience. Could have gotten that sooner. We've been playing at least one spell per turn.
Keeping pace. Right on target.
Now, how do I want to
One step ahead.
pull here? I guess this pulls here because it's straight up dead. We can pull here to guarantee that the Sting Officer strikes there. Guess I can do things differently, do it like so. So that the opponent's forced to block with the Poro Herder.
You've gone and spooked them.
And then we can just get rid of it.
Here's my calling card.
Shuffle more buff caps in, or not buff caps, flash bomb traps into the opponent's deck. Hopefully get... Ooh, I was about to say hopefully get enough damage through with the Caitlyn to kill the opponent. But this should be enough, yeah. It has overwhelm, so it deals for the 6 damage over the top.
I must say, a satisfactory
That
outcome.
wasn't too bad. It still took like 5 to 6 damage on the first encounter. But the fact that we could beat them without too much hassle is a good sign. All of these are pretty bad units. Let's reroll. Yoink. Guess I'll take the yoink. Kind of forces the opponent to draw into traps, so that's fine. Ambassa, Zerath, Trundle. What are the support items? Vampiric Scepter, Mana Deposit. Mana Deposit Zerath is kind of tempting, even though we can't really make use of him. Trundle doesn't really have synergy with our deck. And then Ambassa, if Ambassa had a better item, I would be inclined to pick it up. Ooh! It changed the artwork on this guy. Interesting. Guess they finally received enough money to start putting original artwork for this card. But yeah, none of these are that great. Shen, Malphite, Leona. We'll never level up Leona. Shen is interesting, I guess. Spirit's Refuge is a good card. Key Guardian is meh. I guess I'll pick it up. It's going to be interesting. Tasty Fae Folk, Slot Bot, Gold Chest, Slot Bot. But going for this path faces us off against the Alpha Wild Claw, which is an encounter I don't really like to play against, so let's avoid it. I don't really like the opponent having access to an attack every turn. Just way too much aggression, especially for a deck like this. Do I keep the Key Guardian? I'll keep the Key Guardian. Try to keep a low curve. The Key Guardians will cycle themselves. That's not a good hit. Hopefully it's okay. I really want a... None of these. I would like a Flash Bomb Seller, but whatever. Let's
investigate.
The opponent's bound to develop units onto the board. Maybe I don't pull the... Or don't let the Sting Officer attack go through just so I can kill 2 units. And I'll let the Power of Fly stay behind Twike as a blocker next turn. Okay, perfect. I think this is better. We don't shuffle as many Flash Bomb traps into the opponent's deck, but we deny the buff. I think that's good enough. Let's get another House Swamp. Could do Shen here. But I think it's better to do the house bomb to generate 2 blockers. We can safely trade into 2 of the opponents in this way. Then I just take the 4, I guess. Yeah, let's just take the 4. We'll recuperate it through regeneration. Can also just do this. Get rid of that. Then we save 2 mana to go for Shen plus the Sheriff of Piltover next turn.
No backup needed.
That's a lot of traps that just hit.
The fate of mortals and spirits falls to me.
I wonder if I can kill the opponent this turn.
I sense an imbalance.
Maybe if I had... maybe if I had gone ahead and played the double agent at the last turn, maybe. The fact that the opponent's developing units with spell shield is very annoying. I can just target them with the face in the hole. Yeah. Can you play something without spell shield? No, it doesn't. Well, I guess I'll use the Poros as a target. Let's see if we get lucky and hit the extra damage. Ooh, we do. Nice. That saves us a little bit of effort. I guess I could have also done that plus a piece of removal so that the spell would have no viable target and then deal its entire damage to the opponent's nexus. I think it also works like that. Memory Cloak, pick an ally being targeted by an enemy fast spell, slow spell or skill, with only 1 allied target, stop them. I don't think that's good enough. But to be fair, I don't really have better choices here. Let's roll. Seething Dragon, Key Guardian, cash back on the Spirit's Refuge. I don't really like Key Guardian, but with X-Tech Fabricator it changes things up. Now it's a significantly better card. Let's purchase a couple more rerolls since we're always spending them. One more. I'll save the remaining cash to cut some cards at the meditation encounter. We're definitely going to need a consistent deck in order to beat the opponents. I'll keep this hand. Some nice spells. Flashbomb Peddler. We get... I was about to say we get Caitlyn here and we'll be set, but... we don't get Caitlyn here. Does that change things? Feral Prescience. None of those are Caitlyn. I could do Key Guardian, Flashbomb Peddler. I can also do Flashbomb Peddler, Yoink. No matter what, I have to let the opponent go through 1 turn of buffs. So I think it's better to give an item to the Sting Officer. And then I'll attack like so. If the opponent wants to block it, gets to do so, but he doesn't. It feels terrible, but sure. At least we get rid of 2 of his Poros right now.
I have unfinished business.
Let's place down the Flashbomb Peddler to act as a nice blocker. Unfortunately, I have to do this in order to avoid taking that much damage. Also get Spirit's Refuge. Let's take advantage of this turn and try to shuffle as many flash bomb traps into the opponent's deck with the flash bomb peddler as possible. The fact that we didn't hit this, at least one of our Caitlyns, and instead we hit the second Shen is very annoying.
This is
They'll never see these coming.
Can't really benefit from the rally. We need to empty our hand now. There's a Caitlyn. Took you long enough. Big officer down. Let's get the double agent down. Ooh, our power procced.
Giving chase.
Let's do this.
Target.
It throws us a Caitlyn.
Very for a surprise.
Indeed damages the opponents a little bit, I
Might
suppose.
help, might not.
It would have been nice to have Caitlyn on board for that. That's a bunch of traps that were just procced there.
Eternal silence.
At least we're not too terrible of a position. We'll be able to develop Caitlyn here safely. The opponent should be dissuaded from
Zing on
attacking
the mark. No backup needed.
because I rally with the
All in the report, Sheriff.
Sting officer. But just in case, let's get rid of the this guy, the Shadow Fiend. Don't want it killing one of my units. Sure. He attacks, I proc the Sting officer. We'll get a rally. Let's do the house womp to pull both of the opponent's units. And then we'll close out the game like so.
In my sights.
The opponent decided to give me the win. I guess he felt bad because I didn't have a good first few turns.
Opportunities double-edged.
Now we win.
And now for the mid boss.
Okay, a satisfactory outcome.
I think we can do nicely against Lulu and Zed. Just need to avoid not throwing Caitlyn. I guess I could use some more early game plays. Something that can be played alongside Caitlyn would be nice. Let's take a bite, just take the max health.
pleased to meet
Gives us some more resources to play with, and we don't really want the 3 mana 4/2 in our deck. Guess Shallow Siren goes through the opponent's deck rather quickly. So it's kind of okay-ish, even though it's not the best option. Losing out on the Sting officer is a major bummer though.
Hot on the trail.
But I doubt the opponent's able to proc his buff here, so not everything's terrible. 9 flash bomb traps in deck. Don't really have a good play here. I guess the best option is just
You lost him again? We'll find him.
ace in the hole the Lulu to deny the presence of a champion on board. Then I take the damage from the other attacks. It's fine to take this damage because it's a mid-boss encounter, so I'll heal up. Can also develop the Shallow Siren this turn. Gives us
Zing on the
an
mark. No backup needed.
another way to go through the opponent's deck. Of more flash bomb traps. Ouch. Right, the polymorph. Guess that changes my plan up. Because I can no longer benefit from the Shallow Siren.
Securing the
At least
perimeter.
not this turn. Let's do like so.
Who comes out on top?
This way we develop as many units as possible. You know what? That's not too bad for me. Playing the double agents just allows me to go for
Notify the
another
trolls.
proc
This location will
to get rid
reveal
of a card from your deck and increase the chances of getting flash bomb traps going. That's it, that's pretty good, and that's also a pretty good hit. Just dealing damage to the opponent's nexus with the overwhelm puts us in killing distance. It was a lot of damage.
I must say, a satisfactory outcome.
I guess we got lucky, and since we hit the overwhelm, we could kill the opponent that turn, but otherwise the game would go on for a bit longer. Do I want the green glade caretaker? Honestly, I'm more inclined for the prismatic barrier because it's a very cheap combat trick. Yeah, let's pick it up. Some more protection. I would really like some spell shields generating though. Do I cut the yoink? I need consistency in the deck. I haven't played the Spirit's Refuge a single time, so maybe it's fine to cut it from the deck. Justice Rider has also been rather slow to play, so maybe I cut that as well. Yoink hasn't felt that satisfactory, but at the very least it's something cheap to go through. Sorcery would be ideal. We have a lot of spells like the Key Guardian that we want to play kind of proactively, but we can't get the chance to do so because we're developing units. I'm going to cut the Justice Rider. Unfortunately, I have better ways to shuffle flash bombs traps into the opponent's deck that don't rely on him drawing cards. And for our second card cut, what are the other options? Say the Spirit Shop, Champion Item Chest and the Spells Chest. I'm going for the left path, and if I'm going for the left path, I honestly don't know. I kind of want to get the Spirit's Refuge just because I haven't been able to play it, and now the Prismatic Barrier does the same thing but for cheaper. But at the same time, I really value the life still. Yeah, let's cut it from the deck. And then we move on. Let's see if I end up regretting my decision or not. If I do end up getting sorcery, I'll regret my decision. But otherwise, I think I'll be okay. I definitely want stuff that's playable on the first turn alongside Caitlyn. Maybe getting a discount on Caitlyn would be nice as well. Maybe I should have gone for the champion item chest
News from the Undercity
because of that.
Detective Zane?
It's all in the report, Sheriff. Should pay off nicely.
Fine. House Swamp is going to be good next turn.
This time, we'll make things right.
I think here we go for the trade on 2 units. I think it's better to deny the buff on the opponent's board. Yeah, like that. Ooh,
Practice, as they say,
couldn't have asked for a
makes
better hit. There goes the opponent's board. If I knew that, I wouldn't have placed the house swamp on top. I wouldn't have needed to. Ooh, I even hit the crit on the thing. Well then, guess we just develop Shallow Siren to go through the opponent's deck faster. Hopefully hit more flash bomb traps so that way we can kill the opponent on our next offensive turn. Gets to the hits from traps here. That was not too impressive. Do I get... Oh, I was trying to get a double agent on top to draw it. To hopefully force the opponent to draw more cards. But in that case, it's fine. Just do this. Right, whenever we draw a card, it also makes the opponent deals one. So we can get there. Yeah, I think that got us there.
Step ahead.
Yeah, we have enough now. The extra cards drawn increase the damage of the Caitlyn enough. That's what I wanted.
Criminal court. Another case closed.
For some reason I misremembered the text on the fellow side and I thought it was when the opponent drew a card, but no, it's when we draw a card. Let's do... pickpocket. The opponent's very inclined to block into it, so they're bound to go ahead and let us rally off of him. With domination, that's huge. Just getting to attack every turn is going to be massive for us. Now every turn is a potential kill turn. And it also gives us the opportunity to shuffle more flash bomb traps into the opponent's deck. I'll keep this hand. Surely we draw Caitlyn here. But yeah, the Emperor's Dice changes the math on the offensive turn a little bit. This is going to be a bummer. We can no longer go for a Sting Officer to kill one of the opponent's units, but the opponent's getting unlucky and hitting a bunch of flash bomb traps, so maybe it's fine. Next turn we'll need to do House Womp to block those two, but it won't work, we won't be able to block the
Closing in on the mark. No
Emperor's
backup.
Soldiers, or whatever they're called. Emperor's Guard.
These dunes are the lifeblood of Shurima.
I guess I still do the House Womp because it can block the other units.
With Azir side by side.
It doesn't attack with the Emperor's Guard. That's an interesting decision. Guess I'll take the 10. And I guess since I no longer have to deal with aggression, I can develop the Flash Bomb Peddler. Just do this. Try to deny the opponent some extra damage. Another Sting Officer. Do this. We're not dealing a lot of damage right now, but we have already shuffled more Flash Bomb traps in his deck than the cards he has, so from now on it's going to be very hard for him to stick something onto the board. This turn I can also do this. Go for the Sheriff of Piltover. Fortunately, I have enough mana for the Prismatic Barrier. Otherwise, I think that would mess up with our plans. This. We'll attack with everything. The opponent will likely block, so might as well do this. Late. Let's see if we get lucky and kill the opponent. We get lucky. We hit the crit. We would have killed him next turn anyway, but I guess that changes
Satisfactory outcome.
things by speeding up the process. Divine Draft, Blast Concealing, Ramp Protégé. Let's roll one. Static Shock. Nah, none of these are that great either. Most Wanted. I'll take the Most Wanted. It's a card we generate already with the Officer Squad.
My destination. Tell
When
me
you
I
play
get
spell,
there.
deal 2 to the Nexus, Explosive Finale. Can I afford to take a minor regret? I think so. Let's hope I don't end up regretting this.
Your loyalty will be rewarded.
Because the Explosive Finale does a lot for us. It allows us to all of a sudden deal a bunch of bursts to the opponent's Nexus by clearing the opponent's board with Flash Bomb traps. I think that's important. I'd really like Sorcery though. We could go for a lot more Key Guardians that way. No Caitlyn's a bummer. And you don't even hit one of the champions with the Flash Bomb trap. He's just going to block with the Azir. He can't even block with the Poros. Guess this attack is really just so we can shuffle a couple of Flash Bomb traps into the opponent's deck. We're going to need a miracle to win this game. The opponent procs his power. He's going to Blade Dance here. We hit no traps. He's going to deal a billion damage here. Shallow Siren. Every hit is a pain, however. This is all extremely painful. Guess I'll develop this Sting Officer after this hits my Nexus.
Stand down.
Opportunities.
Nope, no hits on the Flash Bomb traps. That's too bad because I desperately needed those Flash Bomb traps hits. I think we're just dying here.
Might help, might not.
That's 3, but it's not good enough. We get set to 2, so the next spell we cast just straight up kills us. So no more spell casting until the end of the game.
Shurima is sand and sky.
Though I don't think that will come to pass. Because unfortunately the opponent's just going to kill me next turn. He's going to find a way to Blade Dance. And I won't be able to respond appropriately.
I walk this space between you.
Yeah, that's way too late to be hitting the Flash Bomb traps.
Our enemies approach. My hands are shaking.
Yeah,
We'll face them.
unfortunately we couldn't do anything.
Drums of war, and all our hearts beat as one.
Without Caitlyn we don't have anything.
There is no dispute.
We didn't the Caitlyn to force the blocks on the opponent at the start of the game,
I have disgraced the King Coup.
and that way we could have at the very least gotten rid of Irelia. That would have been one less unit on the board, one less threat, one less attack from the Blade Dance. Guess I'll keep the Sting Officer, but I desperately need the Caitlyn. That's the main thing. There's the Caitlyn. Let's see what the opponent gets here. Now he starts the game off getting hit with 2 flash bomb traps.
Undercity ship, Detective Zane.
It's all in the report, Sheriff. Should they
But he at the same time he starts the game off with a blade dance, so I can't go for a
Securing the perimeter.
kill on the freaking Irelia.
3 times
I'll do
over.
this. I suppose it minimizes damage, while at the same time shuffling more flash bomb traps into the opponent's deck by shuffling them with the
Scoping the area.
Sting Office or with the Irelia, not the Irelia, the Caitlyn. I'll do this. Hopefully this breakpoint changes something, because now the Irelia dies to a single flash bomb trap.
Together we are part of something more. Together.
Never mind, because the opponent filled up his board, so that changes the entire math on the breakpoints. And now with the extra health, all of his units survive the flash bomb traps. Well, I guess Irelia doesn't, but still.
I have risk.
I still have to deal with a leveled up Azir.
Dark times come and go. We play on.
Guess this gets rid of the Azir. So that's something. I'm more overwhelmed for most of his units, at the very least. Then I can kind of do Tilt over Peacemaker here. Can also trade in my unit. I don't think I need to actually trade in the Sting Officer. Let's develop another Sting Officer.
On this location.
We'll prepare him a nice welcome.
Surely the opponent can develop more units after I kill this thing. Oh, never mind. Never mind, I forgot that the guy had the summon a 1-drop on death. That's fun. At least he won't be able to proc the power yet again. Those are some terrible hits. Let's ace in the hole here.
Play on.
He's blade dancing my Caitlyn. I have to take the damage, I think. Let's hope the Caitlyn procs another couple flash bomb traps here. At least enough to close out the game. This is 10 damage, that's not enough. Let's see if we can fish for the last couple of points of damage that we need. And we got there somehow. That was extremely rough. We definitely need a better early game. We can't just play Caitlyn, we need to play Caitlyn alongside something else. Or we develop a better game plan at the start. Shadow Totem, that's exactly what we need. Now our Caitlyn is 2 units. That was rough. Let's see how the rest of the run plays out, because otherwise I'm in a pretty bad spot. But yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.